दर्शकहरू नमस्कार न्यूज 24 को नियमित प्रस्तुति छ प्रश्नमा यहाँलाई स्वागत छ म विकास थपलिया। दर्शकहरू नेपाल र युरोपियन मुलुक नर्वे बीच लामो सम्बन्ध छ, कूटनीतिक सम्बन्ध छ र यो दुई देश बीचमा खास गरी नर्वे नेपालको राजनीतिक, सामाजिक, आर्थिक त्यसैगरी पत्रकारिता लगायतका विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा लामो समयदेखि प्रत्यक्ष रूपमा सहयोग पुर्याउँदै आएको छ र नर्वेका विभिन्न कार्यक्रमहरू, विकासका कार्यक्रमहरू यहाँ सञ्चालित छन् र नर्वेका यस्ता कार्यक्रमहरूबाट नेपाल निकै लाभान्वित पनि भएको छ। यही सन्दर्भमा आज हामीले स्टुडियोमा निम्ति आएका छौं अस्लो टाइम्स इन्टरनेशनल न्यूज नेटवर्कका एडिटर इन चीफ हातिफ मुख्तर। Hatif Mokhtar, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
What is your purpose to visit Nepal?
I don't have any kind of political purpose, but of course I am a journalist and a human rights activist. I love to visit our Nepali journalist friends and colleagues, and this is the purpose of our trip to Nepal.
So, what do you do in Nepal now?
Now I am doing interview with you. It's my interview with you.
Okay. What is your you are researching in Nepali media about the human rights, freedom of expression of media, journalists. What do you find? What is your findings?
I think freedom of expression and human right, it's a big challenges for every community and especially for Nepal. And there's a lot of things to develop. Nepal need to develop more the media expression and the freedom of expression and their own community and their own people. And a journalism, of course, in Nepal, there's a freedom of expression exists and there are signs of democracy, but it's not complete and it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, we are now in transition period. The situation of freedom of expression and human right was very worse in the past. What is your evaluation in now?
I think the Nepali politicians, especially the big three political parties, they have to respect the fundamental human right values. And they have to respect their own communities, because human rights is belong every single human being and community and different society. So I think Nepal politicians, political parties, governments and social media, civil societies, they have to work promote human rights, women rights and children rights more in Nepal, and it's a very, very important for international community too. So what I believe in a human right issues, they have to focus on human rights, they have to focus on women rights, they have to focus on children rights and a minority rights too.
Okay. How do you access the recent political development of Nepal?
I think Nepal is a democratic country, and in a democratic country they are debating constitution law. And if constitutional law is late, it's not big issue, but of course people are suffering. People need political stability, and I want to tell you one thing. For me, as a human rights activist and as a reader little bit about constitution, so every Nepali person want to see himself in constitutional law equal beyond the border of religions, caste, belief, faith, and another minority. Every Nepali claim that they are Nepali, and they are Nepali, and they should have the right, equal right, everyone in the society.
Okay. As a journalist of inclusive democratic country, Norway, in your opinion, why do Nepal's political party of different ideological variation fail to come on the consensus?
I think it's more in a democratic country, the debate is a step for democracy. Freedom of expression is debate for democracy. Freedom of speech in talking, discussion on constitution, it's a step for democracy. And it's the beauties of democracy that every political party talk and discuss to bring the constitution where every Nepali can see himself in the constitution law in one side. In another side, I cannot go focus on in a Nepal political issues. I am a human rights activist, so in the Nepal political issues as belong the Nepali politician. It's not belong me. This question should Nepali answer to you.
Obviously. And you are from the Norway. The Norway is the highly developed country, and the condition of human right is very much well there. Can you compare between two developing country and the one developed country, Norway?
I think in a Norway, you have a right to criticize the president, the prime minister, the politician. Media is completely free in Norway, and we have a completely human rights and respect to human right. Norway is a country where they practice the human right, respect the human right, defend the human right, promote the human right, and they believe in human right values beyond the borders. So this is how is Norway. Come to Nepal. I'm not in a position to compare, but I am in a position to give some advice here. Nepal is a country, they start to be more democratic. Of course, we cannot compare it with Norway, but of course there is a lot of things. The parliament system, the government, the debate, the constitution law, this is all sign of democracy. This is all sign the country will move towards of respect to human rights, towards of real democracy. And the media, as a journalist, I'm not going to focus on political relation between Norway and Nepal. You can ask from the Norwegian embassy or politicians or government. I'm not a part of the Norwegian government. I live in Norway. So in media relations, so we want that Norwegian media, Norwegian newspaper have a good relation with Nepal. And because media and freedom of expression is a first step for democracy.
There is a lot of issues we have to improve in the human rights issues. What is your suggestion to Nepal's media person to improve?
I think before everything, the media should support the human rights, should go to every village and see the human rights situation there. And the media should support the women's rights. Media should support the children's rights. This is one media can do this. In another hand, media should be away from a yellow journalism where they destroy the community, where they destroy the ethic of journalism. Because a real journalist should work based on fact, reality, and investigation. And there is no any room, and there is no any place for character assassinations, but there is a lot of room for investigation, for the journalists who work for all people, for all humanity, and they have to practice equality in media too.
You are saying that the media have major role to preserve the human rights issues.
Of course, media is a fundamental and a very strong element for human rights. Media can explain, media can report, media can tell about women's rights, children's rights, human rights, and of course there is not gender equality in Nepal. There's a lot of discrimination, and the media should stand against them. This is the media what we have to do this. Media have to practice equality. When we talk about human rights, I believe every single human being born free, and freedom has rights, and freedom has born with us, and we have to respect the fundamental rights for every human being. And I believe when you respect to freedom of expression, to freedom of human rights, to respect to human right, to stop the violation against humanity. This is what media, what real media is.
Obviously. As a senior journalist from the Norway, what do you evaluate the situation of human rights now in Nepal?
Now in human right in Nepal is not good enough.
Really?
Yes, it's not good enough. But it is the sign of development of human rights, because there is a lot of cases, a lot of issues still pending, and they are not resolved. They have, every Nepali should treat with respect, with dignity, with honesty, and there should be rule of law for every Nepali should be equal. And a human right, they are developing, they are a sign of human right to see people respecting their human rights, but it's not enough. It's not enough. This is my answer.
Now I'm again wants to go to about the journalism, Aslo journalism, and you are a journalist. You are the editor-in-chief, Aslo Times International News Network. Why do Aslo journalism takes large shape in the democracy?
Poverty. Poverty bring the journalism to yellow journalism. Some politician people or politician figure in South Asian country, including Nepal, want the media say good thing about this, and they try to buy the journalism with money, with force, or some area they're forcing journalism to don't do this. But journalism is a very poor community, but we want to journalism be a strong community. So the yellow journalism is start from poverty, and we have to finish the poverty among journalism in first step. The secondly, journalists should be independent. They should be not belong any political party or any political groups. Journalism is the eyes of the community, where everyone can see himself in the journalism. Obviously. You see, everyone is waiting to see the news, and they tell the news is hit this, because we have to give the reality to the public, and this is our responsibility of real journalism. Yes.
You mean to say that the journalism is dominated by the richest person or leader?
In somewhere, yes. In some place, yes. Some journalism, because of poverty, they have
to organized group.
Yeah. In some journalism, because of poverty, because they don't have money, because they don't have money for his children, and they go towards of yellow journalism. But those things are against the principle of journalism law in Article 19, whereas we practice freedom of expression in international level, equal.
Obviously. And what is your suggestion to Nepalese media to play the role in this critical situation in Nepal?
I think the media should play the positive role in this situation where the constitutional law is late. They have to talk about the Nepali unities, about the Nepali people respect, about the Nepali people wishes. And the Nepali media should play a role of unity in this time, not a role of division and destructions, because this is a very sensitive time for the Nepali community, for Nepali people, for Nepali politicians, and people should be patient. People should respect, and people should be patient, and politicians should try to announce the constitution law as soon as possible, and respect to the people, and don't allow to people more suffer because of constitutional law. They are affecting of business, they are affecting in community. Many shop is closed and many market is closed because of this announcement. So let this politician take a decision and work unity for one great, beautiful future of Nepali people.
Okay. You are from the renowned news network of Aslo Times International News Network. What do you think? Any possibility to exchange between Nepali media and Norwegian media exchange program? It means a coordination.
Of course, it is possibilities. It's possibilities that journalists from Norway come here and journalists from Nepal go there and exchange our views, and some expertise come and talk with each other, and it's possible. Norway is a democratic country, and they respect all countries, special human right, freedom of expressions. It's as possible, and journalism community and international level, they are one community, and Norway is a free state and country, special and freedom of expression and human rights. You can practice this, and we want a good relationship.
What is your role will be?
My role as a human being, as a journalist, I will be one of the journalists. We support freedom of expressions, will be leading this community, and will be a member of the journalism community as a single person. It will be my role.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
दर्शकहरू, उहाँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो अस्लो टाइम्स इन्टरनेसनल न्युज नेटवर्कका एडिटर इन चिफ र उहाँको नाम थियो हातिफ मुख्तर र हामीले नर्वे र नेपालको मिडियाको विषयमा कुरा गऱ्यौँ र नर्वे र नेपाल बीचको ह्युमन राइटको विषयमा कुरा गऱ्यौँ, त्यसैगरी ह्युमन राइट अर्थात् मानव अधिकारको विषयमा कुरा गऱ्यौँ र नेपालको मानव अधिकारको अवस्था के छ र यसलाई सुधार्नको लागि के गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने विषयमा उहाँसँग कुरा गऱ्यौँ। आजको यो कुराकानी यहीँ सकिन्छ। हामी निरन्तर न्युजमा छौँ। नमस्कार।